So welcome back here to Cadwell Park, round 2 of this Triumph Triple Challenge Series number 9 there. Reese Rothwell drops onto the line, second in race 1. And there's the man, number 20, Jamie Devine, the winner of the Michelin Young Guns in race 1, 56, hoping to stay on the track this time. Alex Olsen, there is Ralph Laturco, this time with the right tyres on. He only lasted a lap, never mind Ralph. Winner of race 1, number 14, Scott Rowbottom. And the top TDG Cup runner, over 25. Here they go. Ralph on the inside there on that very distinctive 46 bike. He's got a storming start, Laturco. So it helps when you use the right side. He just made that decision to change to slicks, hoping to give it an advantage. And he ended up under the fencing in Barn on the opening lap. But he's okay, that's the main thing. Ralph, of course, the Brazilian from Sao Paulo, with his Enzo, his son, will be here. And his wife expecting their second child in June. It's a daughter to be, I think. So hopefully we'll get some pictures of that. And here we go. Jamie Devine leads. Laturco, who is the TDG Cup runner, top man in the class, even after the disasters of race 1. There is number 90. Well, that's Ricky Chadwick. 43 years of age now, Ricky. Been racing so long, I could spend 10 minutes reading out his resume. But he had that little bit of a disaster in race 1 when he slipped off at the start of the coming down on to start the warm-up lap. He slipped off at the hairpin with another rider. It's so slippery there, he said. I spoke to him because I was right there. But it's Jamie Devine that leads, Ralph Laturco second. Then it's Scott Rowbottom, the winner of race 1. Then it's that man on that number 40 bike, Mr. O'Grady. Emmett O'Grady, the Irishman. There is Reese Rothwell, his brother behind him, Curtis Rothwell. So they're all staying upright this time, by the looks of things, keeping it rubber side down, as they say, as they come into that gnarly section there. I call it the wooded section, but it's actually called Hall Bends. But you get a lot of the sap off the trees getting down, and the leaves getting down onto the track. Gets very slippery through there. Into the hairpin, which equally is as slippery. Down towards Barn, out of Barn, onto the start and finish straight, and it's Devine that leads it. Laturco's second. So we've got a Michelin Young Gun leading from 2 TDG Cup runners. Emmett's there as well, Emmett O'Grady. There's that Mr. Knox just going through, and the 25 bike of Philip Irwin, who finished on his third in race 1, but he's a Michelin Young Gun. Red bikes, Michelin Young Guns, black bikes are TDG Cup runners, but the battle is on for second place as they head up Park. And Ralph Laturco having a good serious look there, but he may have outbraked himself. No, he held on to it, turned it back without running onto the wet grass or onto the rumble strip there. That gets very slippery, those painted white lines, into the gooseneck. Heading down towards Mansfield, slams on the brakes there. You could so easily lose the bike there on the front end. But the top 3 beginning to pull a gap on the chasing pack. They're all taking it very carefully, and there's Alex Olsen just going through on nil point in race 1. He'll be hoping to score some points in race 2 to maintain his lead of the Michelin Young Guns Cup Championship. 2 championships in 1, Michelin Young Guns red bikes, TDG Cup the black bikes. So you've got 2 separate action classes. Young guys and old guys, but no surprise, it's mostly at Brands, it was all the young guys that were doing the leading, and the older guys were a little bit further back. We're off Laturco winning both of the TDG races at Brands Hatch, hoping for a better result here. Through Hall Bends again, down to the hairpin, and the battles are on, and Olsen beginning to put some pressure on, and that Steffi Wadlow has just gone past, the 17-year-old, the only girl that races in this class. But here comes Jamie Devine, still leads the race and leads the class. But the battle is very much on for second place. Reese Rothwell there with Lance Carey and the number 40 bike of Emmett O'Grady right beside him. So those two having their own little war, and they're both Michelin Young Guns. But a change now for second place in the race. So it's Scott Rowbottom, the man from Brigg on the Bass Tyres Triumph, that's through and chasing down the race leader. As I said, on track, it's Jamie Devine who's the race leader, but he's leading his class. I'm not sure whether they're actually going to award points to Scott Rowbottom, as he's a wild card. So that would put Ralph Laturco at the head of the TDG Cup, race 2. We'll check that out later on, and we'll we'll know when we come to round 3 whether they've actually... I'm not sure whether Scott's going to continue the series. If he can find the funding, I'm sure he will, and then probably he'll be accredited points. I am told that wildcards don't score points, which I think is a fair thing to do. We go to Thruxton for the next round, 31st of May, with a supporting British Superbike there. So that'll be a pretty auspicious day for these lads to be in front of a big crowd. There's a fair crowd that's turned out here today, I have to say, despite the weather conditions. So through Hall Bends again, Ralph Laturco, and he's now got Reese Rothwell there on the number 9 machine right behind him into the hairpin. Here's the battle for the lead. It's still Jamie Devine and Scott Rowbottom. Laturco and now Rothwell. So basically Devine is the leader in the Michelin Young Guns Cup. And Reese goes through. Good riding there from Reese Rothwell. He is now second in the Michelin Young Guns. It is Rowbottom that leads the TDG Cup and Ralph Laturco that's second. That's in the championship, not on the track. This is on the track. And it is, at the moment, Jamie Devine. Well, he's looking for some help from sponsors. If there's any companies out there around Wales, that's, well, North Wales, as I say, he lives in Flintshire, which is, of course, part of Wales. Flint, of course, being the central town to Flintshire. I know it well. It's about 20 years living up there in North Wales, so I know the area pretty well around there. I lived up on the mountain. Oh, that was nearly off. Jamie Devine got it all squirrely coming out of the gooseneck, and he's lost the lead, but at least he stayed on the bike. Alex Olsen there. Now, where is Alex? He's not running top 5 at the moment, I don't think. He's being very, very cautious this time out. Doesn't want to go off the track again as he did last time. Well, Jamie Devine, despite that mistake, has still managed to stay on the tail end of that TDG Cup runner, Scott Rowbottom. And I think Jamie might be hoping he makes a mistake, let him through, but it really doesn't. He doesn't have to go past the man in front. He can stay where he is, which will give him maximum points, 25 and 50 total, going into the championship for round 3. Ralph Laturco has Mr. Emmett O'Grady behind him, number 40. Oh, and is that Reese Rothwell that's dropped back a bit? Here they come, and it's the checkered flag then for Scott Rowbottom again. But Jamie Devine takes the honours in the Michelin Cup with Philip Irving, Reese Rothwell and Emmett O'Grady, and of course Lance Kerry, Curtis Rothwell, his brother, of the man.